Welcome back, folks. Be Shooter 94 with our go home show of Wednesday Night Nitro right before the Great American Bash. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. We're jumping right into Nitro here. The final four matches, the final matches before the last match of the tournament. Sorry, a lot of words there. We're going to find out our exact card of the Great American Bash before the end of this Nitro, and then I will go through it and we'll kind of maybe hopefully get some predictions in the comments. That's the goal. But I want to say thank you again to everybody who's keeping this going. So thank you. You guys have been incredible. Please make sure we keep hitting that like button. It always helps out the algorithm. But I want to see some comments on some potential options for who you think's going to win at the Great American Bash for each match. So we're in front of 2,000 people tonight, 2,100. We're doing our opening video package of the opening of Wednesday Night Nitro with our big stars of the company. Nothing really to talk about here, it's just the opening video segment. Buff Bagwell opens the show talking about how he's still waiting for management to give him the final word that he's going to be handed the WCW Championship on Sunday. No one's given him any word, and that last week Shane McMahon tried to throw Hugh Morrus at him as his whole challenge, and he took care of him with no problem. He wants someone who actually is going to step up to him tonight to give him a warm-up match, just in case he actually gets one on Sunday against Booker T. Rob Van Dam's music hits, and he goes, "Well, Buff, I also have a title match on Sunday for the U.S. Championship, and I have nothing to do tonight. So why not Rob Van Dam versus Buff Bagwell for the first time ever tonight in the main event?" And Buff Bagwell smirks because he thinks he can beat Rob VD with no problem, and he accepts the match. The two-part segment here was a 70 and a 67. Both storylines advanced. RVD benefited from ground public support and 69 rating overall. So this was really one to really give Buff more time to talk about Buff Booker T here to go into the match. But also I looked at the card and I said RVD doesn't have a match. That seems odd. So let's do something with RVD where it doesn't hurt anybody and gives us a potentially great match. So that's where we are here. So in our opening contest of Wednesday Night Nitro, in the tag team tournament, Palumbo and O'Hare defeat the full-blooded Italians, Tony Mamaluke and Tracy Smothers in 9:31 when Sean O'Hare pins Tony Mamaluke with a senton bomb. Mamaluke was struggling to keep up with everybody. As I said, this is part of the tournament. Smothers a 49, Mamaluke a 34, Palumbo a 50, O'Hare a 57. Storyline 5 has advanced. Commentary was good, and Sean O'Hare benefited twice. Wrestling rating of 48. Crowd rating of 31, and segment of 51. I wasn't expecting anything drastic here, and I think we kind of all knew where we were heading for the tag team tournament. So the Natural Born Thrillers, Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare, will be in the finals, facing off against the Road Warriors, which is this segment right here. I just use Shane McMahon as the guy on screen here. So this is the match. I don't know why they're grouped like that. That's weird, but we're going to book this match for the Great American Bash. We'll take care of that after. Alright, tag team match. It's going to be Sean O'Hare, Chuck Palumbo, Road Warrior, Road Warrior. Alright, we'll go here to label it WCW Tag Team Championship. Perfect. Another match to the card. Awesome, and that's a 71 rating, so the crowd is starting to get a little hype for the storyline, and it's gaining heat, which is exciting. I'm excited for that tag team match. We get a backstage promo from Diamond Dallas Page, and he always does well with these, but he's more or less just doing a generic backstage promo, ready to get in front of the fans and showcase that Diamond Dallas Page is still the people's champion, and that he is on a path to get gold here in WCW. 75 on the promo from Diamond Dallas Page. He's always good for a good promo these days. We're finally getting a storyline starting with him tonight. So In a decent match, Diamond Dallas Page defeats Little Guido in 650 by pinfall with the Diamond Cutter. Diamond Dallas Page is 66, Guido a 53. The commentary lifted the match. The FBI is not having a good night tonight. They're 0 for 2. The wrestling rating was a 60, crowd rating of 43, and the segment was a 62. Good stuff here out of these guys. Nice low card match. But here's where the storyline begins. BG James attacks Diamond Dallas Page from behind after jumping the barricade and hits his finisher on Diamond Dallas Page as he leaves him laying in the middle of the ring. We're going to start this feud off here. BG's had a rough first couple weeks, and we're going to see if him and Page can create some magic here and see kind of what we could do with these two. I'm sure the promos will be fine, and I'm sure the matches will be fine. So either way, I think this is going to be a good storyline for both men going forward, as it gives both guys something that actually they can do with their characters instead of just being there. And that's what we don't want. So 55 on the attack from BG James. And in a debut, in a decent match, Bob Holly defeats Hugh Morrus in 10 minutes by pinfall with a Falcon Arrow. Bob Holly broke his nose, is what it is. Bob Holly is 68, Hugh Morrus at 57. The commentary lifted the match. 63 on the wrestling, 47 on the crowd, 57 overall. So overall, a good debut for Bob. I'm very surprised with a 68. That's high, but I'll take that from him. No problem there. The broken nose hopefully won't be an issue. Yes, thank you, Fit Finley. Thank you for letting me know. All right, we get a backstage promo, which this is annoying. I thought Mike Awesome would be better at cutting a promo, but this was supposed to be a generic backstage promo from Mike Awesome, hyping up his match with Curt Hennig tonight, where he's going to talk about how the winner of this match faces RVD for the U.S. title at Great American Bash. I gotta have to figure this out with that, because Canyon had a dud like this, and now Mike Awesome had a dud like this. So we'll look into that though. So in a decent match, Mike Awesome defeats Curt Hennig in 12:55 by pinfall with an awesome bomb. This was a storytelling match where Lance Storm cost Curt Hennig the match, which led to the awesome bomb. Mike Awesome got us a 55, Curt Hennig a 63. Storyline 1 and Storyline 3 have advanced, and the commentary lifted the match. Wrestling rating of 59, crowd was a 47, and the overall segment was a 59. So we have a match here to announce then. We have at the Great American Bash for the U.S. Championship, it'll be Rob Van Dam versus Mike Awesome. Some would say an ECW dream match. Well, it's happening here in WCW for the U.S. Championship, for the first person in our regime to be the U.S. champion. So that's exciting. So 3 matches now on the card officially. Curt Hennig and Lance Storm clearly are not done here, because Storm just screwed him over in this match. And this is just the hype to showcase that graphic is shown that the U.S. Championship match is now, official. In a triple threat match, and about that decent wrestling but little heat, Christopher Daniels defeats Tommy Dreamer and Jamie Knoble in 7:56 when Daniels pins Knoble with a sit-out pedigree. Dreamer carried the match in performance. Dreamer a 58, Daniels a 46, Knoble a 47. We had a creative finish that we had to use before it expired for Daniels. So that's why he got the win here. The commentary lifted the match. The wrestling rating was a 50. The crowd was a 26, and the segment rating was a 56. So clearly that creative finish helped, because this would not be a 56 otherwise. So Daniels gets a win on Nitro. I love it. We get a backstage promo from Shane Helms talking about his match against Juventud Guerrera next, and that he is hoping to become that first Cruiserweight champion of the new regime, and he's going to prove tonight when he beats one of the best Cruiserweights ever in Juventud Guerrera. Storyline 4 has advanced. Shane Helms benefited from being Flavor of the Month and a 45 segment. Nice. In a decent match, Shane Helms defeats Juventud Guerrera by pinfall with a vertebreaker. This match was designed around high spots. Shane Helms with a 58, Juventud Guerrera with a 50. Storyline 4 has advanced, and the commentary was great. And Shane Helms benefited. Wrestling rating of 54. Crowd was only a 39 on this one. Segment rating on a 57. So Shane Helms and Chavo will be facing off for the Cruiserweight Championship, which I don't think there's any surprises there. I think those were the two guys that I think everybody expected. But I wanted to, I don't want to say like I wanted to do the generic thing right off the rip here, but, the other Cruiserweights are not really in a spot where I could put them in this match yet, so we had to kind of get something going with the Cruiserweight division. And this is the graphic right here. Chavo Guerrero will face Shane Helms for the Cruiserweight Championship at the Great American Bash. 36 on that. We get Curt Hennig storming into... Oh, first we get Shane McMahon announcing a multi-man Cruiserweight gauntlet. So let me make that first here. Great American Bash. We're going to do a multi-man Cruiserweight match. Let's see if I can... get this to cooperate for us here. There we go. So it's going to be AJ Styles, Billy Kidman, Christopher Daniels, Elix Skipper, Jamie Knoble, Kid Cash, Little Guido, Psychosis, Juventud Guerrera. I need 10 more. Oh, Jesus. I thought I did 10. Okay. Pumpkin Cabana will be in there. Courageous will be in there. Jimmy Yang will be in there. Kaz Hayashi will be in there. Kid Romeo will be in there. Shannon Moore was... I thought I only did 10. Hold up. We gotta go back. That's a 10-man lottery. So why is it giving me... Yeah, I don't want to. I'm going to make that match after. Ignore that. And then also, Curt Hennig bursts into the office and tells Shane McMahon that he wants Lance Storm this Sunday for costing him the U.S. Championship match against Mike Awesome. And Shane McMahon gladly gives him the match. So we'll book that one. And I'll do the other one off screen for whatever reason. That's not my friend with that match. But I'll figure that out. So Lance Storm and Curt Hennig will be facing off one last time here at the Great American Bash in a grudge match. I might try this one more time while I have you here. I don't want 10. I want like a 10-man, either 10-man battle royal or something. Okay, this should work. AJ. Yeah, okay, AJ, Kidman, Daniels, Skipper, Knoble, Juventud, Kid Cash, Guido, Psychosis, and let's see, we need one more. We'll go Kaz Hayashi. There we go. 10-man Cruiserweight Showcase. There we go. Alright. 71 rating on this two-part segment here. Sorry for all that nonsense that we were just dealing with there. But Curt Hennig and Lance Storm and the Cruiserweight Showcase were announced. In our main event, and a little disappointment here, about to have good heat and decent wrestling, Buff Bagwell defeats RVD by disqualification when Booker T returns and attacks Buff from behind. Buff for the 55, RVD at 72. Storyline 2 and 3 advance. They don't click, which is disappointing because we could have had a potential feud down the road. RVD had benefited from both things. Wrestling rating is 63, the crowd was a 57, and the segment was a 64, excuse me. Alright, well, as I said, Booker T is back. He attacks Buff Bagwell from behind as Buff slides out of the ring, and Booker T grabs a microphone, and he says that on Sunday, Booker T is back. I am cleared for action, and I will defend this WCW Championship against you, Buff Bagwell. I don't care if my cheek is slightly still recovering from the broken orbital bone. I will come this Sunday to beat you and retain my WCW Championship. So Booker T is back. Part 1 and Part 2, 77 and 70 respectfully. Storyline 2 has advanced. Booker T did all the good things here, and Buff Bagwell improvised well. 74 in the overall segment to end the show. Let's go to our pre-bookings here, and we're going to run through our Great American Bash card and see what y'all think. So we have 6 matches right now on the card. We have the Cruiserweight Showcase. So there's 10 participants in that match. AJ Styles, Billy Kidman, Christopher Daniels, Elix Skipper, Jamie Knoble, Juventud, Guerrero, Kaz Hayashi, Kid Cash, and Psychosis. We have a grudge match between Lance Storm and Curt Hennig. We have the WCW Cruiserweight Championship on the line as it's Shane Helms versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. We have the WCW Tag Team Championships on the line as the Natural Born Thrillers Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Haire face off against the legendary Road Warriors. We have the WCW United States Championship on the line in an ECW Dream match here in WCW. RVD facing off against Mike Awesome. And in the main event, as you just saw, Booker T will defend his WCW Championship against Buff Bagwell. So a lot to talk about there. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the comments on some predictions. Let's see what we get for an overall rating. A 66, I'll take that. Good stuff here. We increased our popularity in 10 regions on the show here, so good. I'm sure we'll definitely raise some popularity on the pay-per-view, hopefully. But again, guys, you guys have been fantastic with this save since it started. Make sure we crush that like button. Throw some comments in on what you guys think is going to happen at the Great American Bash for some predictions. And if you have some ideas or some thoughts, throw those in there as well. I read every comment and make sure I respond. But until then, guys, I'll get the Great American Bash up this week coming your way, so you don't have to wait very long. Have a good one.